Well, I feel like something big is about to happen. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Adventure Time, Season 10, Episodes 11 and 12. And this is the final set of regular episodes before the finale, before we finish out Season 10 and the main series of Adventure Time altogether. We have these two episodes here. Next week we're going to do the Minecraft special. And then the week after that we finish off the main series with the finale. And it's... I've been saying it all season, but it's so wild to be here. Because I started this series like a decade ago, back on my old channel and stuff. And there were multiple times where I never expected to finish this, for one reason or another. And not so much because of the length of it, but more so because, like, back then, I didn't even know if I would be reacting at this point. I didn't know if in 2025 I would still be doing this. And it was one of those things where I'm kind of surprised, but also not. Because it's ended up becoming something that I just genuinely have a passion for. Even if it doesn't make me a lot of money. Even if, like, there's a lot that goes wrong. Even if I don't even have a lot of viewers on the regular. It's something I find passion for. And it's like one of the only things I can actually say that about. Considering anything that I could have otherwise been doing. And that's saying something. So, this is the final set of regular episodes. This is kind of the end. Well, we've still only got 2 more weeks to go. It's like this really feels like we're closing this out now. So it's weird. I'll be the first to admit here. It's weird to be here, and it's weird to like have this feeling. But it also like feels good to have gotten to this point. Now, for those of you who may have been wondering, based on my messages and posts here on YouTube or on the Discord server, we should be good for the rest of the week and beyond. There were like some questions, like even I was having about like, oh, am I going to be able to record and everything? What's going on with all this? Everything seems to have worked out. I'm able to handle this. I'll leave it at that. We should be good for the rest of the week and going forward. I'll let you know if there's ever a change to that or if anything ever comes up, because something could. But for now, everything should be good. So we'll just continue on the schedule as normal. Now, we're kind of wrapping things up with a lot of characters lately. We're kind of like wrapping up their stories, their individual little character arcs. And we're still setting up for the finale with Uncle Gumbald and the others. But nothing has like really solidified yet, because they've had these ideas and everything, and they've definitely like put forth some plans, but nothing's actually like progressed in a way that's good for them. Because the entire thing with, like, Finn's birthday party and everything didn't work out. Trying to stop Marceline didn't work out. And I assume something's got to happen within these episodes. Because, like, it's going to lead into the finale, so we have to have something. And like I said last time, like, Aunt Lolly really hasn't had a role to play. She's only appeared once, and that was basically in a group situation with Cheekley and Gumbald when they were in the horse. But I barely count that because she was just kind of there. She didn't have any real input. And since all of this started, since, they came back, she hasn't had really any input. And so I'm curious if she's going to get some here, or if she's just going to be one of those kinds of characters who just doesn't do much of anything. She's just kind of there. She exists and unfortunately has, like, no real role to play. That would be very disappointing, honestly. But I don't know. There could be, like, a reason behind it, like, just maybe the crew didn't have enough time to put something together, weren't given enough episodes, and wanted to try and make the best they could, and it worked better to focus on Cheekley and Gumbald. I don't know. Although I think, like, if that were the case, if it were based on, like, oh, they just don't have enough episodes, honestly, I would have gotten rid of some of the slice of life stuff. Some of those felt like less necessary than working with the main villain stuff. And I'm not talking like the stuff with Jake and his bio dad. Like that stuff, like, do not get rid of. That's important. But like the Tree Trunks episode, you could have gotten rid of that. You didn't need that. I'm not even saying it was bad. I'm just saying it like, if you needed the episode to do something with Aunt Lolly instead, I would have done that instead of the Tree Trunks shit. just personally. But yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what happens here. And I assume whatever happens in these episodes is going to directly lead into the finale. It's probably going to be like a really strong, like, I'm trying to think of the word. This really strong, like, climactic moment. And the finale is going to be like the big final battle and everything. And I've already said, by the way, in the past, I'll just say it again here, I do know a couple things about the finale. I don't know the context. I just know certain elements that happen and show up or are visualized or whatever. I just don't have any context or know, like, the full story behind it all. I know some things because I've seen, like, images. Because with this series having ended so long ago, at this point, of course I have. And with Adventure Time being as big as it is, of course I have. There's some things that I've seen. It's just going to happen. But, thankfully it seems like I've probably avoided most things. Excuse me. I've probably avoided most things. So, I guess curious to see where this goes. Let's just get into this and hope for the best. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Before we begin, this is actually my second time recording this because something donked up big time when I was recording the first one, and a video I had open on my browser started playing without me realizing it because my headphones, like I couldn't hear like it playing through my with my headphones off and everything. And so it's like the entire afterthoughts was ruined by extra audio in there from a YouTube video, from a Let's Play. And there's absolutely nothing like I could do about that at that point. I don't know why or how it happened, but it's very irritating and it just like kind of set me into a bad mood. So that's lovely. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can as such, because it's like I already got through speaking like I don't know, I want to say it was like 15 minutes or so about these episodes, so I don't know if it's going to be as long this time. Let's just talk about it. So first off, we had the Temple of Mars episode. Jermaine, Betty, Finn trying to get Jake back, working together on Mars as they like tackle kind of these things that they're going through and these emotions they're feeling and all of this stuff that they've had to deal with. And we see this like even through like the Ice King like figure in Betty's part where she's trying to solve the equation. It keeps messing her up. And like the past Betty and learning that like the day before she met Simon, she was going to go on a trip that she was looking forward to. My biggest problem with this episode is that it tries to paint things too one note and one-sided. And for a series and for a character and a storyline that is so aggressively nuanced, it doesn't work, in my opinion. It's trying to say that Betty, by focusing so much on trying to help Simon, she's neglecting herself. And that basically the message is that she should stop obsessing over Simon and just do things for herself from here on out. The problem is her trying to do things for herself would be helping Simon. It's not just some random weird obsession because of her insanity. She loves him. She wants to fix him because she loves him. So her, like, doing something for herself would still be doing that. And on top of that, it's not that simplistic of a statement you can make with a series like this. Like, she's insane, and it's fine to try and focus on yourself a bit, but to try and like narrow that down to just focusing on yourself and like turning away from all this stuff that, you know, has hurt you over the years is toxic in its own right. Because again, of the specific circumstances and everything, and her literally trying to save someone, it just doesn't make a lot of sense within the context. Honestly, and I just don't agree with it. I think that she should be trying to save Simon. Trying to cure her insanity, trying to figure that out is probably a good idea, but, you know, I don't think she should give up on Simon just because it's, like, not going anywhere at the moment. I think that's an extremely bad thing to say. And honestly, it's like, I think at this point something needs to be fixed. Because otherwise it wouldn't really be as happy an ending as it should be. just due to the fact that with how long Ice King's storyline has been going on with all of this, with how long it specifically involved Betty's return, it's like we need to resolve this. It would feel like a slap in the face if they didn't. So I do think that we do need to find a way to fix Ice King. I'm just kind of worried that Betty might end up like sacrificing herself to make it work. I guess we'll have to see. It's something involving Gulb, so that's going to lead into the finale, as well as this next episode will, Gumbaldia. So this one features Bubblegum preparing for war against Gumbaldia and Uncle Gumbald, but Finn wants to try diplomacy at least one more time. He goes to Gumbaldia, has a short fight with Fern, but is stopped by Aunt Lolly, who takes him for a bid for peace to Gumbald. At first, Gumbald isn't really willing to hear it, but they do start to talk, and Finn even saves Gumbald when their thing falls. I can never remember the name of those things, and I don't know why. But it falls, Finn saves Gumbald, and so it seems everything's going to be at peace. But when they're celebrating, they have Cheekley splash Finn and Jake with the Dum Dum juice. It's like the instant that happened, it's like, oh, well, peace is out the window. But it doesn't work on them. And while a little bit is splashed on Cheekley, and he does turn back into Chunky, as we do find out for sure, it's, for some reason, doesn't work on Finn and Jake. And on top of that, when they go back to Bubblegum with the supposed peace treaty and everything, Peppermint Butler wipes it off of them, and he gets some on him and turns into a cutesy little Peppermint as well. So it's really fascinating. And the war is going to continue on. We find out that this was all planned by Aunt Lolly. She's the schemer of the group, I guess. And so she had been the one to cut the rope on their window washing thing. I don't know what they're called. But she's the one who did that, and she's the one who led all of this to happening. It was all a plan from the beginning. I guess for them to let down their senses, their guard. I think more likely to try and turn Finn and Jake, but I guess it didn't work for some reason. I'm sure we'll get the answers to that in the finale. But yeah, it was a really interesting episode that did finally give us some stuff with Aunt Lolly, and is going to lead into the big war that the finale is going to focus on. But next week we do have the Minecraft special, which is completely separate from all of this, and then the week after we'll get into the final 4 episodes. We're not going to get to Distant Lands and Fiona and Cake right away. We'll probably do those together because of how short Distant Lands is, but we're probably going to wait for a bit before we get to them, just because I want to move on and do some other stuff as well. But yeah, we'll eventually get back to that. So that's the plans for right now. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of these episodes? I especially want to hear your thoughts on Temple of Mars and everything regarding that. But yeah, just leave your comments below. For now, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.